If you ever wanted to try a Discmania Mindbender, but you don't want to spend $40 on it and see if it's good or not, well, today might be your lucky day. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the new C-Line MD1 that they just released, see if it's good, see if it's trash, see if you should buy it. But without further ado, we're going to go hop on the hole one, play 9 holes with it, and see whether or not you should buy it. All right, we're out here, hole one, 330 feet. It goes right into that wood line down there. We're gonna throw the Mindbender first, just for like a little warm-up shot, turn over, and then we're gonna throw the new MD1 right after that, see what we can do. Try really hard to pump it kind of flat and get some turn, and then just crash into the circle down there. All right, as you can see, that was kind of dead straight. Also, sorry, this is going like directly into the sun. All right, let's see what we can do. Alright, so based on the first throw, kind of first impressions, this disc is a lot more domey than the Mindbender is. So a lot more air gets to get trapped under the disc, which will affect its flight just a little bit. And when I kind of threw it on that horizontal line, you can kind of see that it kind of just held it and just glided all the way there. I didn't throw it nearly as hard as I probably should have to try to get some turn out of it. But I mean, it still got down here quite a ways. Can't be really mad about it. But we're gonna head over to hole 2 right now, see what damage we can do on this hole. All right, we kind of got another long shot here. This hole is around 335-ish, right through this gap. The basket's right down there by the fence line. You kind of need a big shot to get down there. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna try to throw this one flat and see if we can get a little turn and fade right by the basket. I'm not very good at it, but we'll try. Pretty freaking good. Just for kicks again, I will throw the Mindbender. This wasn't meant to be a Mindbender versus the MD1 review, but it looks like it's going that way so far. So I got a lot better of a pull on that one. That was like one of my best shots on this hole. I'm not gonna lie to you. Also, disclaimer at this point in the video, I did play this course for my first video on this channel. I kind of just suck at scoring on this course. So I am gonna kind of alter the tee pads that I'm playing so it makes it more attainable for me to actually score. So if you have watched my first video and this one, you notice I'm kind of throwing from different spots. That's why. Our lie here, as you can see, Mindbender is parked up there. Like I said, this is the best try I've ever had on this hole. Love to see it. Hopefully I make this. Really hard putting with a camera in your hand. They don't tell you that in YouTube school. As I said on the last hole, this disc feels a little bit more domey than the Mindbender does. I'll have a little side-by-side comparison going up. This guy's definitely a lot flatter. And another disclaimer, I haven't thrown this one for a little bit now, and then this one's obviously the first round with this guy, but it's kind of interesting to see how the dome plays a part in the flight, because this one should get more glide than this guy does. This one should fly more of like a kind of seasoned buzz, where it doesn't get as much fade or as much glide as this one does. This is kind of a good hole to see that, because we kind of have to punch it right through that gap in the woods there. Kind of a difficult shot. You kind of just got to throw it flat. I just watched that back and my hair is not cooperating with me today. This hole's around 310-ish. See if you can't park it. New MD1 time. Anything stable. We got the kick of a lifetime on that second shot. Guys, let me know in the comments if you have already tried this MD1 or if you have tried the Mindbender. Let me know your guys' thoughts about them. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. Actually, I'm gonna do this for the mind bender. I feel like we should, so here we go. We're putting. We are putting. All right, we kind of got a little dark horse look at the basket here. Might take a stab at it with my new pier. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. It should be in the top corner of the screen if I know how to do that right. That was really, really weak, man. There ain't no such thing as pictures on a scorecard. All right, guys, we landed at hole 4. I want to say it's around 225 feet. It's kind of straight in a cluster of trees. You might be able to see the basket a little bit. Usually what I do on this hole is kind of try to throw something flat and just play the luck, see if I get a good skip up in the circle. Or there's a sneaky little hyzer line back there. I'm not good enough for all that, so. Kick that way. Dang it, off our line there, but it's still down there. New MD1 time. We actually might have a putt from there, believe it or not. That was just so bad. Mind bender landed up way over here. We got ourselves a ball game, folks. Stay tuned in the next hole. See who's gonna take it out on top. We're out, that's all that matters. See if the new MD1 can follow suit. The trees are not my friends today. All right, might be a putt. I'm not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen, I am liking my mind bender more than this MD1 right now. I don't know if that's a lack of good shots with the MD1, but we do get more open on like the ladder holes on this course, so hopefully we can get some good throws in with it and build some confidence so we can actually get like a good last day on this disc. Even though like all the parts of my game are kind of trash right now, I feel like my off shots are like the trashiest. They're like the cream of the crop, most garbo right now. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying though. All right, y'all, we landed at hole 6. It's 300 feet. You kind of got a couple gaps to hit. I kind of just spray and pray at it. Hopefully I get down there. Let's see if we can't put this one close. Story of my life, I just live on the edge of the circle, which sucks. See if you can't make them. We're at the next hole. It's around 315 feet. OB Road. See what we can do. Should be parked. And hyzer throw, maybe. We are barely in bounds, but we're in. I rushed that one a lot. I don't have enough storage on my phone. We're trying to get through this. All right, I promised to get a forehand with these discs on the last hole, so my forehand people can see what they're gonna do with a little torque added to them. But until then, we're at hole 8. It's down there between the trees. See if we can't park this one. Mind bender. Looks pretty good. That'll be a putt too. Let's see what we can do. Mind bender. Kind of running away with it. All right guys, we're at the last hole, hole 9. It's right there, right under 300 feet, I believe. We are gonna be forehanding these. They're not gonna be good, just gonna say it, but we're gonna try. Just for you guys, my forehand friends. Let's see what we can do. I said what I said, they weren't gonna be good. Our first park job with the MD1 came on a forehand. Look at that. With the lefty putt and all. What a wacky hole. Alright guys, we are back in the lab. We have the new C-Line MD1 and the Mind Bender. We're going to be going over some pros and cons of this disc and some major buying points. See if you should really get it or not. So the first 2 pros I have for this disc, it has pretty good glide and pretty consistent fade. As you can see when I threw it, it kind of just stayed in the air for a while and then always faded right back towards the basket or wherever it was going. It did have some pretty good glide and pretty good fade, which kind of I expected from the glide part, but I didn't expect that much out of the fade since the numbers are 0-0 on the end. But it was a pleasant surprise and I enjoyed that part of this disc. Alright, then the first con I have for this disc is that if you have like naturally sweaty hands, which I have right now because it's kind of hot in here, it's kind of hard to grip or like get a good grip on the disc. As you can see, it's kind of slick as I'm trying to like really get a good grip on it, which is definitely not great for playing in warmer weathers, and we are approaching summer, so it will be a little warmer out. You could use a chalk bag, but you're not always going to have one, so that could be a little bit of a disadvantage for those with sweaty hands. The next pro I have for this disc is it feels really good for both backhand and forehand. The rim here is a little bowed out, which really feels good in the palm of my hand and the little web between my pointer and thumb, which is great. Even though it is a little slick, it still feels great in the hands. And the underside of the rim is not sharp like a Mako 3 is, kinda. It won't tear up your hand as you're playing every day, which is great. It happens to me when I throw a lot. Things kind of tear up my hands. But alright, the last con before we kind of get into the final verdict here is that I just thought this was more overstable than I anticipated. Maybe I didn't do enough research on the disc before I threw it, or maybe I just threw it like trash. This is more overstable than I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be more of like this Mind Bender was straight out of the box. It was kind of like a more beat-in zone, more beat-in buzz actually. Just straight, but still had dependable fade. You didn't really have to throw it like on and hard. You could just throw it flat and it would get some good turn, just stay straight and then fade. You guys can let me know in the comments if it was more overstable and I just didn't know, but yep, that's that. But the final verdict on the disc is I would recommend it to people. I would recommend it more towards intermediate and beginner players because you still can get some good distance with this disc. If you pump it well, flat, you can get some turn out of it and always have the consistent fade. I'd imagine as you beat it in more, it will fly more to the 0-0 numbers. So it's kind of a dead straight with a little fade, but still consistent fade. It'd be pretty good in the woods, and I'd imagine pretty good in the wind too, with how overstable it is straight out of the box. So if you guys are interested in looking at this and maybe buying it, you can use the link in the description, or I'm pretty sure any store or website has them right now. They like just came out, so shouldn't be hard to get. Many color options too. Mine's in max weight. I didn't see any other weights when I went to get it myself. I got it in store, but it is what it is. So yeah, you guys can check the description below if you're interested in that. If not, kind of leave some suggestions in the comments on what I should do next. I do have some videos planned, but those are future things. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and peace.